Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the IRS. Welcome to my YouTube videos. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. You want what's up here, and I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. I worked for IRS for a dime. That's 10 years, and I've been in tax defense and representation for 40 years. I have been doing this for 50 years. Actually, next month on the 20th of August, I am a national expert in any IRS resolution matter. I've worked over 10,000 cases. I have a whole team of former IRS agents on staff. I've been on national TV many times. You can go to 777irs.com. You can see me in a coat and tie, and more important, you can look at my videos that are there. I do these videos for 3 reasons. Many of them are just of public interest. I don't want you to get ripped off, and you really need to know the truth. I'm very honest in everything that I tell you, and there's a lot of people in this space peddling a lot of garbage. So I want to talk to you about the offer and compromise. I don't need scripts to do this because everything really is up here. I was a former revenue officer, and I worked the offer and compromise program. I actually accepted offers and deny offers, and I taught other revenue officers how to work offers. Peter Salinger of my office have worked over 2,500 offers and compromise. He was a former revenue officer, and he actually managed the offer and compromise group when he was in New York. He was also an appeals agent, so Peter is well equipped, and between the two of us, we know everything there is to know about the offer and compromise. What I want to tell you today is really simple, is you have to do this before anyone, you give money to anybody for an offer and compromise. Anybody, even us, anybody. There's a lot of people out there that peddle offers and compromise, and I mean peddle. What they've done, this is an offers and compromise are big business. They're expensive. They're not cheap, and that's because if you have someone good do your offer, you can save a lot of money. But there's a lot of people ripping people off just to get a retainer check, and then you're really not eligible for the offer. Unfortunately, that happens a lot more than you think. This phone rings and rings and rings and rings and rings, and people are getting ripped off all the time, usually by the bigger tax resolution companies, because their salesmen are more high pressure, because they eat what they kill in the business, and they have a large advertising budget, so they need to go ahead and at the end of the day cover their cost and the cost of the firm for advertising. But here's the one caution that I tell you, and this is what the one thing that you must do. First of all, I want you to know the only person that can represent you before IRS is an attorney, a CPA, or an enrolled agent. They're the only people that can represent you. So if you're not talking to them, okay, you're talking to a salesperson. Most of the time when you call someone, they may lie to you or tell you this, but that you have to have a licensed person who is licensed to talk to IRS. But here's the thing that you need to know. And if you don't do this, you are probably going to get ripped off. Probably. More than likely, actually. If you are going to give somebody a check, okay, to represent you for an offer and compromise, you need to give them the financial statement that IRS is going to look at for the offer. That offer form is IRS Form 433A OIC. IRS, that's the form IRS uses for offers for the financial statement. If you are not giving that form to that person to look at and to review, they're not going to know whether your offer can get accepted. We use the 433A. It's a modified version of that. So if you call a company and you set up an appointment, and they say, okay, we'll charge this, and they don't have your financial statement, how are they going to tell you whether your offer is going to get accepted? So no matter who you use, whether it's us or your accountant or Joe Blow or whoever you're going to use, make sure you send IRS the financial statement that the person working the offer is going to use. If you do, they should be able to tell you with certainty what IRS is going to accept for the offer and compromise. because it's really all right there. A good firm like us will get the offer, and we probably will make some changes on it, and maybe not file it immediately, but file it at the best time for you. But anyway, at the end of the day, just make sure you give whoever working your offer that form, and you will be much better, much wiser, and you actually may have success. By the way, make sure all your tax returns are filed. Listen, I need a subscription because YouTube needs a subscription. If I get subscriptions, you kind of move me up and bump me up. So I try to give you helpful information. Leave me a question, a comment. Thank you so much for listening and leaving me the subscription. Thank you.